Shalom, shalom, all praises to the horizon, peace and wisdom. When you guys get a chance, can you let me know if I'm actually okay? I am. Peace and wisdom, all praises to the horizon. Wise Solace speaking. Hopefully, everyone's in good spirits. I want to do this deep video for my brother Ahanu Waters. Of course, this is a paid video. He paid for this video for himself as well as the rest of you guys. So you guys can thank him if you know you have manners or you want to. His name is Ahanu. Some of you guys that's been following me for quite a while, you should reach out to me. I can give you content to put on your channel. Then you can start, teaching and things. Because I have a whole bunch of content that more than likely I'm not going to be able to put out before I pass. Meaning I have more wisdom than time. So if you need content, meaning I'm talking content of from a perspective or topic that ain't touched on, email me at upscaleknowledge@gmail.com. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up as well. If you want to become a member of the channel, press the blue join word next to subscribe. And of course, if you want to give back, you can do so at cash.me/therealsolace or paypal.me/Solace. Now, the brother wanted me to touch on. I do have one dilemma. Oh, no, I don't. I'm fine. Let me read directly from the email so I can answer every aspect of the question. Some of you guys may be suffering from this as well. Of course, the email is in the thumbnail so you guys can read what this video will be about. But the brother said, would you be willing to speak to those who have challenges in judging the self too critically, either in moments or as a pattern, where it comes from in the mind and how to either release it permanently or turn it into energy of value? Then he said many times he finds himself playing the role of his own worst critic. Now, let's start with the judgment. You have what is known in ancient Kemetic science as the 9 parts of the soul. This is speaking of the mind. I don't want to say the mind, but it's speaking of, to make it simple, in ancient Kemetic science, they believe that the mind is 3-parted. Of course, you guys have your unconscious mind, your dream state conscious, and then you guys have your awakened mind. When I say that, I mean like when you guys are awake, this is a separate mind from when you guys are dreaming. Separate mind and separate realm of place. So your awakened mind correlates with physical life, where everything is physical. Your dream state mind or your dream state of conscious, that correlates with everything in the spirit. When I say spirit, I'm basically speaking like the substance. So dream is elusive, meaning it's not like physically solid. I'm not talking about you're remembering the dream, but just the dream in itself. The way you move in it, the way things transpire, it's almost like smoke. Meaning smoke never becomes fully fixed or stuck in its state. So you can be anywhere in your dream at any moment. And so there's your unconscious, I'm sorry, there's your dream state. It correlates with the spirit aspect of the self. Then, of course, you have your unconscious mind. This is the part of the mind that none of us have access to, so to say. So this is like the source or the switch box. Basically, this is God within us all. A three-parted mind, but the one part being blank. All of us having that blank part representing the veil of, the source of all physical life. When I say veil, I mean covering. We cannot see or exist or feel as if we are existing in unconscious, the veil or the covering of the source of everything that's physical, that wakes up. Hopefully I'm clear. If I am, give me a one. When I say clear, I mean, in my explaining. And so when you're dealing with the ancient Kemetic sciences, you have the three-parted mind, each part having three parts. So, of course, that unconscious mind will have three parts to itself. Each part will be a representation of mind, spirit, and body. You get it? But of course, that would be, your mind. And so it's the same with the dream state conscious. It will have three parts, each part consisting of an aspect of mind, spirit, and body. So it's the same with the physical. So to give you an example, your awakened mind or your conscious mind has a physical vessel as well as a spirit. So your physical body has a body, a spirit, and an awakened mind that it operates off. When you're in spirit or in your dream state of conscious, so you have your dream state of consciousness, which is the mind, you have the body that you operate in dream. I'm not saying you guys stopped and looked in the mirror at your body, but you have a sense that you have a body when you are dreaming. You get it? So there's your physical body, and then of course you have the mind. Well, not the mind, but the actual spirit. And so I'm trying to give you guys an example of how each part has three parts. The foundation of this nine-parted soul is basically that, meaning it manifests out physically. But now the point I'm making is this: when you're dealing with ancient Kemetic science, you have those nine parts of the soul. That's a whole completely different video, so I should not have even went that in depth on that. But when you're dealing with the nine parts of the soul, dag, it's raining. You have what is known as the Sahu, Sahu. This is the judging part of self. This is the extension of the Ak. The Ak being the unconscious mind or your source mind. Hopefully it stops. Looks like it is. Now, as I was saying, when you're dealing with the when you're dealing with the nine parts of the mind or soul, as it's said in ancient Egypt, meaning in ancient Egypt, the soul has nine parts. One part is called the Sahu. Of course, you have the Ren. The Ren is the name. But what it means by name is That sound, which is theirs, will contain all the micro aspects of life, your hydrogen atoms, your oxygen atoms. These things will come together, manifesting out your substances. These substances become more solid or fixed. So, this is how unseen life manifests forth physically, starting as airs. Any airs you see has to do with sound, vibration. Meaning, me speaking right now, if you can't hear me, there's air, the air of my words. And so, when you're dealing with the Rennet, speaking of that, the source vibration, of course, this vibration will hold a pattern. So, it's kind of saying every individual mind, before it manifests out physically, has a pattern. So, you guys all have a fingerprint. It's separate. It's separate from someone else's, but it still has the same dimension, so to say, that spirally shape, so to say. And so that's just the proof, that we're all manifested sounds, all vibrations. And so that's what it's mean by the Ren. The Ren not being your name that your mother gave you, that's just made up, but on an aspect of real life. So that's the Ren. Now back to the Sahu, Sahu, truly pronounced Sah, like Sah. This is the judging part of that nine, meaning you have 9 parts to your mind or soul. You have the Sahu, which is one of those 9. This is the judging part of the mind. And so when you guys find yourselves doing things that you know is wrong, so you may build up guilt, you may begin to get attacked by your own Sahu. You get it? Meaning you have this judging aspect of self. It judges the self. But it only judges the self if the self is doing something that goes against truth. Meaning we all hold truth within self. I don't care if you're a baby. You can tell a baby to kill someone, they will look at you strangely as if they already know this is not right. But I just have to do what I'm told because I'm a baby. You get my point? There's an aspect within that holds all truth. When I say truth, I mean just knowing what is not moral. And so when we stray against or stray away from, our honor, our morals, not the ones we adopt from the outer world, but just the morals that all people in existence already have on their own. When we begin to stray away from our morals, so we begin to get attacked by our Sahu. This is the judger of self. And so the more you get disassociated with truth, whether it be on an outer or an inner, the more you begin to do immoral things and, do things that are not right. So your Sahu will begin to weigh on you. Of course, some people do wrong and things like this so long, it becomes, the mind will adjust. And so they view wrong as right. They have justified it so many times in so many ways to themselves that now they view wrong as right. And so the Sahu has abandoned them at this point. If you're a Muslim, this is like your... Dang, I forgot the word. This is like your Imam abandoning you. Of course, in Islam, Imam is viewed as like a teacher or a guide, but Imam is also your angels. Basically, we all have angels that come with the vessel, our bodies. And so look at 2 of these angels as your Imam or your honor. And when you begin to abandon your, your honor and your morals, so they will depart from you. And so when that happens, then you just have no protection, so to say. Meaning morals and honor is an energy. It can work as a force field in this life, protecting you, from certain things. And so behind that, you can say it's these two entities. Now, this is the natural judger of self, meaning we all have Sahus. It's just a normal thing that comes with the vessel, keeps us in order if we oblige to it, meaning if we pay it any mind, so it will do us good. Meaning when you get moments where you begin to like judge yourself, this is not bad. This is the Sahu doing what it's supposed to, which is keeping you in order. Now, when you begin to, start ignoring that voice or that weighing on the self, so then that's on you. Now, aside from that, of course, that comes with the vessel. This is a part of self. This is a part of the mind of self. Of course, when you pass on and die, so this Sahu will still be there. This is what will become your antagonizer, the same way that it antagonized you in physical life. And so when you guys die, you may get attacked by demons, you may get dragged off to hell, all kinds of things, anything. But this is that. And so it's the same in nightmares. Whatever happens to you in nightmares is a result of, whatever guilt and bad things is available to be used to create, whatever scenario is needed for you to know, for you to be scared shitless, like that. We have all the material within to create beauty or horrible things. So it will be created. And so, like I said, this comes with the self. You guys will all see this part of self when you pass. Of course, you won't see it as yourself. You'll see it as whatever, whatever fears you have, whatever guilt you have, whatever bottled up disturbances you hold on to. So these things will take form and shape, meaning they have form and shape now. They antagonize you, but you don't see it. And so just imagine if you could see your anger, all the bottled up anger you have. Imagine if it had a shape and a form. It had horns, a tongue hanging out. It was blue. You get it? Like a real person or entity that's just scary and horrible. Like that. This is what that Sahu would be. Now, of course, like I said, this is all with the self. Now you have external judgment. And this is a matter of the environment you guys hold. The people that y'all hang with. Certain environments y'all find yourselves in consist of people who judge one another and, critique everything you may do, whether it's good or bad. They just critique and very judgmental. Sometimes you guys find yourselves in those environments due to work, due to you just having friends like that, many different reasons. But a lot of people are, in environments where it's very judgmental and critical, where people are critiquing one another, whether there's anything to critique. You get it? Judging this thing, judging that thing, even if there's nothing truly to judge. If you're in a competitive environment, so you're going to find that there. You get it? If you're in an environment where people are working together, so you're not really going to find that. There's no place for it. But critiquing and judging you, this goes with competitive environments because these are signs of tearing down, meaning there is no positive critiquing and there is no positive judgment. So you know how people say, man, you gotta learn to take your criticism. That's in a certain environment. But in a true environment, a healthy one, there is no criticism. There is nothing for me to criticize you about. You get my point? That don't even make sense when you kind of think about it. There's nothing for me to judge about you. It doesn't even make sense. My job is to just live my life and be of service to whoever, is a loved one, a friend, whatever. So it's the same with the next person. And so if you're doing that, where does criticism or judgment come in? It doesn't. And so, like I said, we fall into, certain environments that's very judgmental and full of criticism. We take this into our internal self. And so now, not only do you have the Sahu of self judging self, this is, when you stray away from truth. Your Sahu is going to antagonize you. Not only do you have that within antagonizing you, this being a good thing, but you also have this external force now within you antagonizing you. Meaning, when people critique and judge you guys and you guys take it in, it carries over later. This judgment that the person may have had against you, or the criticism that they may have brought before you, you guys think and ponder on it later. It becomes a part of self. It becomes a part of how you critique your own self. If I snap on your shoes and say, man, you wear dirty ass, bum ass shoes, you a bum, you start to take it in and view yourself from my eyes and my perspective. I mean, like that. When you get criticized on an external level or judged on an external level, meaning by outside people, separate from self, and you take it in, start to believe in what's being said, so you start to view yourself from their judgment, meaning you keep it with you, it starts to antagonize you or attack you no different than your Sahu would. Sahu would. But your Sahu is a good thing. This isn't. This is poison, basically. Meaning, when y'all taking people's judgment and criticism, y'all are taking in poison. Theirs. They're doing that to you because there's something wrong in their life. It's just like when the bully's bullying the kid. There's something wrong with the bully at home. There's something going on in the bully's life, making him feel like he needs to be aggressive with others. So it's the same with people who antagonize, others. Always riding someone. It's because of that. Something is unstable in their life, and they're taking it out on that person. And so you have to grasp. You're taking in their poison, and now it's coming back to bite at you at any chance it can. And so a lot of you guys have a judgment of self, meaning the brother Ahanu said he seems to be his worst critic or judger. But this may not even be him judging himself, meaning this may not be his Sahu. This may be a bunch of outside judgment and criticism that he has taken in. It could be carrying over from when he was little, meaning you guys could have been getting judged and criticized since young and have carried it all the way until this point, having all that external criticism and judgment as entity within self, kind of attacking self every chance it gets. Like I said, this happened in certain environments. So if I take you guys out of your neighborhood and bring you to Hollywood or something, and they're having like a Hollywood party and everyone has on, very expensive things and you can't afford it, so now you start to feel, you get it? Like that. You're taking in their judgment that exists. Because the environment is judgmental. So you kind of have a sense like they're judging me, I know it. And so you get it? Just from being in the environment, the whole energy of self can be changed, distorted. And so you want to be mindful of those things. Meaning you want to understand the difference between your Sahu, which is the judger of self, meaning a part of yourself that judges and keeps the self in order, and then you have, external judgment that we can bring in, and this is a matter of others. And so a lot of people are suffering from other people's judgment that they hold within themselves. And so you have to learn to separate the two. Of course, this will become a pattern, like any habit or anything unhealthy. It will become a pattern. So when you get addicted to drugs, there becomes a pattern, not only in your drug use, but in what you do on your day to day. So it's the same with this judgment. It will begin to take a pattern, you know. Once one day every week you will notice you like become disturbed. In a certain time every day you start to notice I become disturbed at this time of day. You get it? It becomes a pattern where you're kind of abusing yourself throughout the day at certain times until it becomes a non-stop thing, but it will develop up into patterns. The longer you go without checking or being aware of this, you get it? The more tightly knitted the pattern will become, meaning it will become more than a once a week thing or just in the morning thing, but it will become like an afternoon, a time in the afternoon, a time in the evening, a time in the night. You get it? Until it becomes more and more tightly knitted to where you just fully in that thought, judging and abusing yourself nonstop, no matter where you are, work, home, your mind's always there. And so it's a very deep thing. I'm going to answer a question. Oval said, so judging oneself can either be a form of healing or self destruction based in alchemy on a different level. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're listening to. Don't take no offense, please. Judging oneself can be a matter of the Sahu, which I explained, or a matter of external things. When I say external things, I am speaking of people. I'm not sure why you guys hear what I say, then go into strange speech, but everything I say is simple. I explain what the Sahu is so you can grasp the judging part of self. And of course, you guys know people judge y'all as well. Y'all take that in. So, what I'm explaining is simple. You don't have to be a genius to grasp. You become a genius when you hold on to the wisdom. So I'm not sure how you got into alchemies and all of these strange things, but a lot of you guys, like I said, y'all get lost into all these fake forms of wisdom where you have the costume wearing and the strange, riddly, parabled out speech. And y'all adopt all of this stupidities and y'all bring it here. You're gonna annoy me. Wisdom is simple, straightforward, straight cut. No decorations needed. And so I'm gonna need a lot of y'all to realize that. Don't get lost if you fit the shoes of that. Somehow y'all get into the realms of wisdom and y'all think it's a Halloween party or some strange thing. Y'all like to adopt turban wearings and all kind of strange things. I like to keep things real. In real life, y'all have the perspective of a wise man looking and dressing like some shit from BC times. All truth be told, y'all wear turbans now. This is old. This is no different than a black person holding on to bell bottoms. That part, I don't think y'all realize that. And so, when you get wise, take on whatever look you choose, but let it be, unique to self. Speak how you choose, but stop adopting, you get it? The falsehood things. Oval said, have you seen God face to face, and who is Lucifer to you in your own terms? Have I seen God face to face? Yes. I look at myself every day. I think I'm kind of cute. I'm getting a tad bit old. I've noticed. Like a line here, a line there. but I'm still spiffy. I'm still fresher than all the young kids. So, in that it really doesn't matter. Like, now let me answer your question the right way. I was just playing. I like to play with, sarcasm, jealous people's emotions. My s- my spit is sweet. Nah, nah. If you eat like annihilators or something, sitting in the forest and things like that, so you might spit. Then you like, damn, I'm getting bit up by these bugs. I don't know what happened. It's that. You forgot you was eating and your spit got hella little pieces of food in it, and it's big to them. So they come around you. Now, where was I at? You said, have I seen God face to face? God does not have a face, but God is a vibration, and this is a pattern. You can find many faces in this pattern. I'm speaking literal. I'm not speaking in parables. God don't have a face, God's a vibration. But this vibration has a pattern. If you stare at the pattern long enough, so I suppose you'll see whatever you like. Faces, hands, all types of things. But technically God doesn't have a face, but God has a feel. So you can't see God face to face, but you can feel God. Lucifer and God is the same thing. This is the second part of your question. You said, and who is Lucifer to you in your own terms? That thing that I just explained. The vibration. Now I know some of you guys are lost. You say, I don't understand. Hold on. You live in physical life. The source of physical life is what y'all would call Lucifer, or devil. Grasp. The reason why you are physical. That's why you're not supposed to judge. You're not even worthy to, look at Lucifer's feet, technically, but, man has ego. So you can say the same as for Lucifer. He he doesn't even, the same way y'all are not worthy to look at his feet. Lucifer's not worthy to look at, the other side. So even the Lucifer, God has an unconscious mind, which is that source thing I was explaining to you guys in the beginning. And so that's true God, but you can't say it's true God because there is no other individuals involved. All individuals, being emanations of this thing. And so this thing truly has nothing to do with our thing, but it's it's how you get everything, if that makes sense. But y'all have no connection to this thing. Y'all just have a connection to, the devil or God, whichever word you guys like best. If you don't like God, then he's the devil. And if you do like God, then he's God. So, like that. Those of you who are bad, so y'all worship, the same God, just the bad parts that you like. And if you worship God and you do good things, so you just kind of worship the good part of this God, which is the same as the devil. So kind of like that. If you're lost, I'm sure there's things you've read in the Bible about God that didn't seem too nice. But you like it's all great. You can sit right next to me to stare at me like a faggot. I don't understand people. When I curse them out, they be like throwed off. But in any event, so this is what God is, like I said, a vibration. You don't have to split yourself up into dualities, meaning you don't have to look at yourself as having the good side and the bad side. You just can just look at yourself as you. So I'm not saying splitting this one deity up into God and Satan is right or wrong. I'm just saying that's just what y'all do. But my perspective don't have nothing to do with that. So I'm just answering it from y'all perspective, meaning you said, have you seen God face to face, and who is Lucifer to you? And it's the same thing to me, but y'all have them separate. So but what is separate is what's on the other side of the veil. If you're lost, that unconscious part of the mind. So this is what all wisdom boils down to, crossing that abyss that we know as unconsciousness. The part of the mind where we completely lose ourselves. Like I said, this is the Ak realms, the vital force realms. It's like I told y'all in previous videos. There's a part of yourself that goes and rats on you every night. You guys are all snitches on yourself. So be mindful of what you think of and do. Because there's a part of the night where you lose your mind, meaning it leaves you. Salam, shalom, Oval. You welcome. Give back, when you can. You said you like both, God and Satan. Both are within you. You don't need to like both. You need to like self, balance self out. This is the glory. It's not for you to like God or Satan or be like God or Satan, but it's for you to take control. Both angels, gods, demons, devils, all these things come with the vessel. All these things are under man's control or orders. Of course, these things influence us, meaning our inner vessels influence us to do things and want things. Man, it's raining pretty hard. I'm gonna have to depart. I apologize. But for the most part, you guys should grasp what I mean in explaining this judging thing. I'm waiting a little while to see if it slows down a little bit. It seems to be. In terms of judging yourself, some of you guys may, have gotten to a point where, you feel like you're always judging yourself. You're your biggest critic. First thing you have to do is learn to separate which judgment is a matter of your morals and which judgment is external. Meaning, you have to be able to identify when you're judging and critiquing yourself, is this a judgment from the self, or is this criticism that you have brought in from, external forces, other people. So to give you an example, let's say you're an alcoholic, you drink a lot, and so you kind of criticize yourself and judge yourself for it. This is the Sahu. This is the part of the self that's for that. Get you back in line. You may have a part of yourself that judges yourself because you're like, man, I ain't rich and successful and I ain't make it the way I want to be. This is external. This has nothing to do with anything. You're bugging the fuck out. But You have to become aware of that. So it's a deep thing. Wisdom is wisdom is slow progress to take your time. But once you get the hang of things, so you be alright. The main thing is learning to separate what is of self and what is external. And so maybe one day I'll come back and explain the 9 parts of the soul in depth so you guys can grasp how your mind space works. This being, the unconscious parts of it, the dream state of it, as well as the awakened parts of it. So in ancient Egypt, you have the opening of the mouth ceremony. This is a ceremony in the Book of the Dead that has to do with, opening the mouth so that the dead can speak, things of this nature. Now, when you're dealing with ancient Kemetic science, most people do not realize when you're reading the Book of the Dead is speaking of everything before physical life. And so everything that is being done and all this preparation that is being done to the dead is speaking of in the womb before the vessel is born out. This is the coming forth by day, meaning technically we start off dead before we are born out and able to open our eyes and be labeled as awake or an awakened soul in life. And so all souls are coming from the abyss, are what we call unconscious, developing in womb, then being born out. This is the coming forth by day. All the entity that are in the vessel, the exhale, so they're taking care of that during that time in the womb. And so when you're dealing with ancient Kemetic science, most people are learning it the wrong way. Meaning when you guys look at it online and you hear this philosopher, I forgot what you call it. Astrologist, not astrologist. Archaeologist. You hear different people speaking on ancient Kemetic, artwork, literature, things they left behind. It's inaccurate because the perspective is off. So, like I said, when you're dealing with the opening of the mouth ceremony and all these many different ceremonies in the Book of the Dead, it is speaking about things transpiring so that we can do the things that we do now. You get you get it? Meaning all that was done in the opening of the mouth ceremony is so that you can be born out and speak. Otherwise, you'd be a mute. You understand? So, like, now, of course, when you die, so this is the going back. And so all that transpired from the beginnings to this point will happen in reverse now. So the closing of the mouth will. You get it? I'm not being funny. I'm laughing because it's deep. But you get it? Y'all will go back to unseen, unheard vibrations slowly, though. So it's deep. This is the afterlife that the Egyptians are speaking of. When you're dealing with the text and they're preparing the body for the afterlife, they're speaking of this physical life. It's like I said, this is heaven according to all the texts that y'all have, even the Bible. Y'all think heaven is when you die. Technically, according to all the texts, we are the dead manifesting forth, being born back out again, physically though. So this is what the great glory is. Separating from source, this is death. And these little micro pieces of sources themselves manifesting back out physically. You get it? Separate from their source. Still being sources of their own. They're pieces of this source. So you get it? Kind of like that. And so they're explaining things from that perspective. After the separating from the source, now all you have is the abyss or the womb, the primordial waters. And all minds are manifesting forth from that. No different than you do every night. You wake up from unconscious nothingness or from your womb, the primordial one that all minds share. Am I clear? Are you guys following? Or is this too deep? I'm sure you guys know ancient Kemetic science completely different, but like I said, you guys are learning it inaccurately. Salam, shalom over. You have the wrong perspective of these texts. So the first thing you have to do is remove everything that you know or you think you know. This is the only way you're going to move forward in wisdom. A lot of you guys don't understand that. You can't have the wrong perspective and then think you move forward. You get it? You already have a perspective of Iblis and all these things you're speaking of, and so lose it. This is the only way you're going to be able to grasp. Everything you've read is speaking of the aspects of the self. All these different aspects of the self have nothing to do with the self, but you get it? You're a multi cell organism. Your cells have nothing to do with you. There's millions and trillions and billions of them, and you get it? It's easy to kind of get lost and say, like, no, all of these things are me. You get it? Every thought you get has nothing to do with you. Every aspect of you does not have anything to do with you, but it is one with you. And so, Iblis, everything that you guys are reading are speaking of things that are with self. Y'all seek God outside of self, and y'all look for the devil outside of self. It's within you. And so, this is where it becomes personal. You get dragged down to the low places from within, meaning the devil gonna fuck y'all over from within. God gonna raise you up from within, but this is all dependent on y'all understanding of things and what y'all gravitate towards in terms of life, decision making, crowds y'all attract yourselves to, many different things, but you can kind of grasp. Can I get some thumbs up, please? Subscribe if you haven't. Can I get some donations, something? It's a deep thing. Biggle said. Hopefully you guys grasp. Orange Park Records. There you go, champ. Empty your cup so you can fill it up with truth. You guys have not done a separation, meaning conscious cleansing is not a joke. Many of you guys need one. The lie removal part. You guys take in information since you were children, and at what moment did y'all begin to separate what is lie from what is truth? Most people in today times are so lost into lie, they will hear gossip and forget that they never got a confirmation if anything that they heard was accurate. And so they will actually speak to the person that they've heard gossip about with the gossip. Like, you get it? Y'all become quite disturbed in today times. And so this is the result of lie. One becomes completely lost in their lie. They forget to even get confirmation. Meaning, when you're getting information and you no longer even care or concerned to check if it's truth. So you have to grasp you're on a live vibration. You're not even concerned if what you heard or received is of any truth. Usually this happens when one is, disturbed emotionally. Meaning if you guys are doing bad, so y'all like to see others doing bad, it kind of makes you able to cope with your situation and feel like you're not alone. If you fucked up and others is fucked up, it don't seem that bad. And so if you hear anything negative, you don't really check to see if it's truth because it helps you. You get my point? But you can't get lost in that kind of help. That's not real help. You get it? Meaning when you're feeling down and you're feeling bad and your life is raggedy and someone is speaking negatively about someone else, it's easy to take that in. Kind of helps you to cope with your own situation. You feel like, well, I ain't the only one doing bad. But this is not true help. This is what's going to keep you, low. The main thing you need to do is make sure whatever information you're receiving is of truth, because this is what the mind is going to be filled with, and this is what you are, a mind. And so if that mind is full of false information, so as an entity, you are whatever information you hold. If it being inaccurate, so that makes you a lie. If the mind is filled up with nothing but truth, so then as an entity, which is just a mind, you are truth. And so all people fall into that pile as minds. Yeah, we all have physical vessels, and so it makes things confusing. But as minds, the source of what we are. Some of y'all are lies, some of y'all are truth. Meaning your vessel as a mind, it just consists of truth. If the vessel has one piece of lie in it or one piece of false information, it is lie. And so I want y'all to really consider everything y'all know. If just one thing is wrong and you have it, that part, you a liar. If pure water or purity has one pinch of dirt on it, it is no longer pure purity, just from one pinch. So it's the same with truth. Meaning you guys don't have to know anything to be truth. But once you start to know and take in information, now you better start to separate what is truth and what is not, because now you are adding on to what you are. And that's going to make you a liar, not. Meaning some of y'all probably like, man, how am I going to think about everything I've learned this far and what is truth and what is not? Supposed to be doing that as it came in. You get it? As you hearing things and learning things, you're supposed to be doing that then with it, so you wouldn't have to take in no lie. You could reject it from that moment. Like, I'm good on that. That's wrong. You get it? So that's how you do that. But if you didn't, so it would be hard. But I don't want you to think if you don't know anything, if you don't know anything, you don't have any lie with you. You get my point? You don't have any false information with you. That's the only point. Nothing else. You can have all the right information or no information, and you're good. But to have false information, something inaccurate in the mind space that is believed or held as truth, this is when one is, becomes a lie. And so most of you guys are that as of right now. So this is what, conscious cleansing, poverty removal is needed for. Help help you to move on a truthful path. Oh, not a truthful path, but kind of clear away the junk information lies. And then from there, you just be mindful of what you take in from there, if it's truthful or not. Keep the emotional state together. If your emotional state is raggedy, you don't like a certain person and you hear something negative, you gonna take it in. It may be a lie. And so you get my point? You don't fuck up your whole perspective and your whole mind. You're not gonna realize any of this, but it's a deep thing. And so be mindful of these things. I'm watching the sunset. Got y'all looking at the wrong view. I ain't looking at the view I'm looking at. So hopefully everyone's in good spirits. Ovu said, I like to ask questions a lot. It's not to toy with you as to speak. Salam, shalom. I like questions. Keep them coming. Try to make sure they're good. Keep the mind, organized. I know y'all flip flop around a lot. From this teachings to that teachings, this person to that person. Y'all don't realize how much it distorts y'all mind. So try to become aware of these things. You have famous entertainers. Find entertainers that you like, watch them, entertain yourself with that. When it comes to wisdom, lose idolization and entertainment. Meaning, if you following somebody, let it be for they mind, it's because they mind. Y'all kind of view these teachers as famous. Me as well. We kind of like y'all new stars. Remove that from your mind. That's where you go wrong and be following somebody that's giving you the wrong information because you viewing it from your entertainment brain, where you're looking at them as a star that you look up to. And so don't ever do that. Wisdom is for your life. Entertainment is just having fun with your talents, whether it be getting paid off it, whatever the case may be. And so you're gonna have talents and people gonna have talents too, similar to yours that come before you. It's okay to, I don't want to say idolize because that ain't never good, but it's okay to look up. I don't even want to say that. I'm trying to think of that word, not ambition, but, and not influence, but a good influence from an elder. Like, word right on the tip of my tongue. The ankh is the central brain in the spine. Now, what was I was trying to get this word, but I don't want to say idolize or look up to, someone who has a similar talent that you have that's been doing it before you, but a word similar to idolize and look up to, but that word slipped my mind for the moment. Oval, I'm not sure how you figure. Oval, just relax. Some of y'all slow as hell. Damn, y'all minds is that cluttered? When you look up to somebody, oh my God, something is truly wrong with y'all. Just listen. Some of y'all got a listening problem. You play basketball. Kobe Bryant played before you. So you look up to him or you idolize him. But not those words. There's another word. Oh my God, nigga said respect. Follow what I'm saying. There's a specific word for what I'm saying when you have an older person that kind of influences you because they have the same talent you have. You look up to them. You're close, Gwendolyn. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. Some of y'all minds is scrambled. It said respect. Y'all saying dumb shit. He said protege. Protege is what, oh my God. Protege come after. You get it? This is what I mean. Y'all minds is all off. Gwendolyn's response is the only one that makes sense. Meaning, if I was watching this, from reading this, y'all are not even following anything that I'm saying for some reason. Y'all are naming what the person is. I ain't talking about the person that you idolize or admire. I'm talking about a word similar to idolize or admire. Y'all are giving me words of the thing you admire. A mentor, a role model. Come on, man, snap out of it. I'm trying to think. Give me a second, because this is important. But y'all hella slow. That's that ambiguity. What the fuck? How old are y'all? All of y'all that's commenting, how old are y'all? Some of y'all too young. I see in the daytime the young, y'all think y'all wise before y'all even have any mind at all. It's deep. Once you become a full glass, that's it. Our young out here getting full up on nothing but false information, and that's all they hold in their brain. They don't even ask if gossip, you get it? They hear gossip and don't even inquire if it's accurate. You get it? And so our young are like, these types of things distort the mind, believe it or not. Gwendolyn Reed said 59. God damn, you old. I'm just playing. God damn, you my mama age. I'm not playing about that, but I'm just playing about you being old. I don't view my mama as old. I don't view 59 as old. I'm old school, so I view about 80 years old. The young, they looking to die. So, you feel me? 30 is old of them. They they don't see themselves living past then. They're pretty much hopeless. So you can just hear it in the way they speak. 40 is old of them. So you get my point? But 80 is old of me. 59, and you still with a little ass. You still moving around. Like, yeah. Y'all know what I mean. 50-year-olds, man, they still moving around. Ain't really nothing different except the color of their hair, but that's really it. Don't ever underestimate a 50-year-old, man. I'm gonna say it again. Ain't nothing different about them but the color of their hair. Half them motherfuckers is still run and do everything they could as a kid with maybe just a little smidge of slowness in it. Some of them might even be better. I say around 65, 70. So then if you want to underestimate people, start then. Around 65, 70. But before that time, you playing games with yourself. Like, I watch the old. I be like, damn, they still be having it on the low. I had to adjust my perspective. I say, damn, I look at 50-year-olds as old and they ain't. Because they all still do the same shit they was doing before. We be talking like 50-year-olds is in wheelchairs. They still be running around doing everything that they been doing. My point, if you're 59, 60, 65, technically you still young. So if you're withering away, you don't have to. You still good meat, good fresh meat out here. Some of y'all about 59, 60 years old, man. You have not ran yourself down too much in this life. Meaning you ain't let a lot of dudes run through you. You kind of reserve or preserved yourself quite nicely. But it may not show in your appearance because in your mind you're old, so you carry yourself around in that way. So don't. You still technically fresh meat. Age is dependent on use. That's on anything. If you get a 1992 Mercedes Benz and it ain't got no miles on it, it's new. I don't care what the age. Y'all even know that. Y'all will say, well, it's new. It ain't got 0 miles on it. Nobody used it. It don't matter if it's from 1998, 92, 93. It's new. Some of y'all women like that. Y'all damn near half near new. Letting yourself wither away. You know, come on over here to Big O said. I give you some of this magic dressing. If you've seen yesterday's video, you know, come on through, baby. I'll anoint you. Drop some of this anointment in you. You too old to get pregnant, but you will. Cause I got I got that divinity running through. You know, I got that divinity running through me, so it's different. You know, meaning y'all read in the Bible how women old in age got pregnant, but this is a matter of the semen. Some semen is like It'll get the menstrual cycle restarted back. That determined semen. Them sperm cells in that semen say, nah, we not dying, blood. We need to find us a holy city of Jerusalem now. So this is when the golden city comes down from heaven. This is an egg cell. So the menstrual cycle just kicks back up because of their own will. And these is your determined sperm cells. They will make like an older woman's menstrual cycle kick back. Yeah, high self-esteem sperm, high ego sperm. They refuse to just die away. If they got to restart menstrual cycles back so egg cells can come down, oh, they will. Here's truth. Man is God, not woman. Woman is savior of that God. Sperm cell is a male thing. Egg cell a woman thing. Egg cell is the world, or the house, or the Kaaba of God. The egg cell becomes the body. So you have to grasp. Man is God, man creates. Y'all see this. Woman is man's savior. Whether you're speaking physical life or all that transpired before it. Now, I'm not saying every sperm cell is a man. Of course, you have man souls and woman souls, coming from below. You're speaking sperm cells. But what I'm saying is sperm is a masculine thing. Egg cell a feminine thing. So the masculine is God. This is the high ego. The feminine is the humility. This is what saves, what gets besides itself. So sperm cell leave their world, you know. They leave the body that they were in and just go. They don't even know if it's another body there for them, but they just have big egos. Where's deep? Meaning you get the urge to ejaculate, so you do. The sperm cell are giving you that urge. They don't even know if you have a woman there and if she's ovulating, but they don't care. You get it? They're crazy. They have high egos. They're the Satans. It's a deep thing. Try and grasp. Everything I just said is true. Y'all just don't understand, these ancient texts. Peace and wisdom, Tiffany Yella. Tiffin Yella, however you pronounce it. Salam, shalom, Oval. Thank you for the give back cool flip. Salam, shalom. Asked me about the Jesuits and do they practice the same thing as me and if they hold more wisdom than I do. No one has more wisdom than I do, child. So you never have to ask that again. And I'm sure you're like, man, where's the proof in that? The proof is you're not never going to see any person that you know is wise ever attempt to face me in any debate or discussion on any topic. Period. And everyone's aware of who I am. And you hear every excuse in the world, but you're not never going to see that part. And so, be clear. I don't speak in ego. I'm speaking in actual factuals that I know everybody in life know already too. Because y'all are desperate to compete, especially when y'all think y'all can win. Especially when you're talking about the realms of wisdom. Before I came, all they did was debate each other. They don't even want to debate each other because then y'all might say debate solace. Then they can't get out of it. So if they don't even debate at all, then you get it. And so this is why y'all have very little debates in today's times. But if you go back before my time, there was a lot. It's a deep thing. Now, I don't believe anything that anyone in today times believes in. I don't deal with beliefs, I deal with knows. So that's how I know that I don't believe in anything that anyone else does. My wisdom comes directly from life, the observation of it, as well as within a certain part of the mind space is where all the wisdom of forever time exists. Meaning you guys have a place within self that has all the wisdom of always. You have to remember we all have the same body. So you guys say we have junk DNA. It holds all the knowledge from our fathers and their forefathers. And so don't say what I'm saying is wrong if you say it in your own goofy ass way. You get it? Meaning a lot of people be desperate to discredit things I say, and they say the same thing in their own strange, conflicted, confusing sounding way. So y'all speak of junk DNA and all this false stuff wrong. I just said it the right way. Y'all have bodies. These bodies have information from the first body that ever manifested forth all the way to whatever body is about to manifest in the next 20 minutes. That body that manifests forth in the next 20 minutes is going to have all the wisdom of every body that ever existed. I'm not talking individual lives. I'm talking about the knowledge of a body manifesting forth, life. Physical life is a result of an egg cell. No egg cell, no physical life. An egg cell develops into a body, meaning it makes for physical life, for all the life in it, as well as it makes for a body. And so you have to grasp. Salam, shalom, Oval. How old are you, champ? The way you type, I want to say the way you speak, but you're not speaking, you're typing. But the way you speak is like a child. No offense. When I say child, I'm speaking like 25 and under. 21. See, I figured that. You give me feelings of my daughter, like you're around her age, and so you are. It's a deep thing, meaning you're young enough to be my child. So it's a deep thing. Many of you are. I'm a cool elder. Y'all get a little lost sometimes. I get it. Most of the people that y'all have is wise is younger than me. Some by a lot. The point I'm making is we coming into a time where I am the elder. My age generation is the elders. It don't really get people older than us is like, oh. And so y'all not gonna find too many people wiser than me. Y'all don't even have people of a substantial age to be. Wisdom is a matter of experience. It's a matter of many things, but experience is a very important thing. A lot of y'all are way too young to know anything you're talking about. So it's a deep thing. Gwendolyn Reed said, you look around 30. Peace and wisdom. Thank you. Terry Keaton's turning 26 in November. Yeah, I remember when I was 26, man, I had them packages on the block, baby. Nah. You stop influencing y'all. I had them kilos on the block, baby. It was going down. It's deep. This is what I was doing at 26. I'm buying work, but the work ain't all that good around this time. Price a little high too. I forgot what was going on around then. When I was 26, so it was probably like what? I don't know. 19, what was it? 2000? 2000 and something. 2008. Hella old. I don't even remember. Damn, 2008. I was. Damn, that was a long time ago. A long time ago, I was 26, right? Damn, you get to a age where you start thinking back like I'm doing now, and you like, damn, a long time ago I was old. If 26 ain't young, damn, a long 20 years ago was 26. Nah, it's a deep thing. Salam, shalom, Oval. Can you please stop blurting out these rest in pieces? This channel ain't for that. Motherfuckers in the daytimes. I'm gonna start here, and I don't mean no disrespect. Who y'all got as gangsters, a person my age don't. So the poo putts y'all be putting up, don't do that here. Y'all got some fake shit going on today. Me no respect no gangster I seen on TV before. That's a plate. You get it? Don't ever confuse your own fucking self. Prior to my teaching, y'all never seen me and y'all never would have. Period. Like, and so if there's a gangster you like and you watch him on YouTube or something, you lying to your own self. And you don't have to rest in peace to gangsters. There is no peace for a gangster. You rest in peace for the good fallen, the bad fallen. So there's nothing to feel bad about. You get it? That life recoups what it does. It's not a gangster in life that didn't hurt before he was a gangster that this lifestyle could lead you in jail or the pine box. Y'all heard it. So when a gangster dies, you just moment of silence. And that's that. And you do that for the next generation so they can grasp what honor is. You live an honorable life. When you die, you get your honor. You live a dishonorable life. When you die, then you just get silence, nigga. There you go, Carlos Quinos. Gangsters die, they know where they going. They going to Valhalla. Y'all gotta get up on y'all ancient Norse mythology. So they going to Valhalla, you know, in Odin's mansion. There's many heavens. Valhalla is where, you know, gangsters go. Soldiers, that is. They eat and drink, meaning they have a feast every evening where they drink Yale. This is beer. And they have a feast. All the dead, that is. And they party all night and have sex with women, and then they wake up in the morning and they go out to battle and they die, and they do the same thing again the next day. They drink, yell, they have a feast, they have sex with women all night. They wake up in the morning, they go out to battle, they die. They repeat the moment of death forever. However, they died in battle, so they keep repeating that the next morning after they have their. Why does this happen? Because the mind is stuck. You can't let go of, you know how y'all are. Y'all can't let go of y'all personalities that y'all have adopted. You wanted to be Scarface when you were young. Now you act as if you are Scarface. You do everything he did in the video. Sell cocaine, sniff it, all that. Shoot motherfuckers. But this is something you adopted. This is not you. And so you won't let it go. So then you have to live it every day. The same way you do in real life. So afterlife is like real life. Whatever you believe, you have to live it every day. So watch what you believe. The gangster wakes up every day and the same shit happens. Salam, shalom. Ovu said that's not heaven. Who said heaven was like? No one ever said heaven was fun or good. Just said heaven was nice, clean. But it never said it was good. He said, I'd rather be in a Sora than in Odin's mansion. Yeah, you gonna have to be quiet, champ. You're aggravating me. So, but y'all can't follow conversations. In the daytimes, y'all just mix anything in with anything. For some reason, y'all don't see how that makes you look stupid. That's called not being able to follow a conversation. If I'm speaking about, African wisdom, let's say, and then you just start blurting out Jewish shit, Ashkenazi Jews. Crazy, man. Baxter Rider said, damn, I fear like the ocean, and I feel like when I die, I'm going to become a sea animal. I don't want to be in the water. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, some of y'all have a child's mind. It's okay, though, I suppose. You have to live that child's mind out the same way an adult has to live out their adult mind. You're good, Oval. You're a young scholar seeking wisdom. Anything I say to you, I'm just teasing you, man. John Galt said someone asked him for advice on how to make thread is what's weaved together to make fabric. I'm not sure how nuts and bolts got anything to do with that, but you said what happens if someone is locked up in an urn after they die? I'm not sure if I want to be a part of that. Indeed, you think the ashes of a body is the person. So you haven't snapped out of physical. Meaning I've said many times that y'all are minds. I even said it in this video. Still stuck on his body. He knows when he dies, so truly has nothing to do with his vessel anymore. But he says, I don't want to be in that urn. So I look up to the sky every now and then and I say, they're stupid. I'm sorry, I do. Every now and then I have to. There's no hope for them. They're completely fucking stupid. It doesn't matter how many times you tell them a thing, they just don't listen because they already have whatever stupidities they have in their mind and they refuse to abandon it. So teaching them's pointless. You have to teach them from children up. Otherwise, fucking imbeciles. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. He said, so question, what's your pick, casket or ashes? Who said I'm dying? Something's wrong with y'all. It's a deep thing. Salam, shalom. Start there, though. Ask yourself, who told you I was going to die? Where I need to make that decision. If your answer is everybody dies, oh, okay, I don't. You said that. I'm sure we've all heard that. Don't know who was the source of that, but okay, got it. I'm a sorcerer, man. I die when I say. We die when we lose our balance. I don't want to say I die when I say, but I put in my requests when I choose, and so it will be answered when I request. Gwendolyn Reed said, when a person dies, the body is a shell left. The spirit leaves the body. It doesn't feel. Yeah, you made that up. Salam, shalom. Please don't take offense either. Y'all tell yourselves y'all are wise and y'all have these answers. But if I ask you, like, where did you get that from? You don't even remember. It's just something that you heard in life. And we've all heard that before. So people feel themselves after they die. So when you said it doesn't feel, so you don't know what you're talking about. The mind manifested into a physical vessel. The physical vessel being one of the parts of those 9 minds that I spoke of in the beginning. So if you want to know about death and what's going to happen when you die, what you do is get a one-on-one on ancient Egyptian scholarship. Not guess. That's not going to help you. It's a deep thing. Consider it. Sal is funny, man, when he be reading. It's a deep thing. Try and grasp. I speak nothing but truth. Nothing I said was inaccurate. As long as I stay in the line of the truth. Y'all gonna take it how y'all want. And so grasp. Death is in order. Y'all kind of make up what y'all want of death. But you can know when you want. Just request a one-on-one. Terry Keaton said, I'm gonna look up the reason why he wanted them dead. It's crazy how he murdered a lot of them. Was it for no reason? I'm not sure what you're saying, Kerry Keaton, when you said you're going to look up the reason why he wanted them dead. But please explain to me who you're speaking to. I mean, who you're speaking about, and how would I have known that? Again, you said I'm gonna look up the reason why he wanted them dead. Who's this he you're speaking about? And how are we supposed to know who this he is that you just... And please respond, I'm gonna let you go. Please kind of make it a little snappy. It's not a trick question. I'm gonna let you go if you take too long to answer it. I'm not even dealing with stupid no more. And please don't take offense. It's just my choice. You don't have to be wise, but stupid is something completely different. It's a real thing in life. Some of y'all really reach to be as stupid as you can. And so again, brother, I'm gonna give you one more chance, Gary Keaton. How would I know who this he is, and what are you talking about? Salam, shalom, Joshua Hall. Now y'all get to see what a complete fool is. Adios, Gary Keaton. Too damn dumb to be here. If you have a problem with what I just did, what you should do is start a channel where you pat the ass of all stupids. You can help to keep stupidity going in life. Cause y'all have all the fucking empathy for a dumb motherfucker, but y'all don't have that for someone wise. So it makes me wonder if y'all stupid too. Cause I know people defend what they are. Salam, shalom. Big Usia.